Good evening, I'm Jeff Glor. We are going to begin tonight in Pittsburgh with a presidential visit, the first funerals, and a city wrestling with sadness and anger. 11 were killed inside a synagogue on Saturday. 4 were remembered today, including 2 brothers. The president and the first lady arrived to pay their respects, along with his daughter and son-in-law. Hundreds also showed up to protest. David Begnaud is in Pittsburgh.
President Trump and the First Lady paid their respects today to the victims of Saturday's massacre as a grief-stricken community began to bury the dead. Jeffrey Myers, the synagogue's rabbi, greeted Mr. Trump along with his daughter Ivanka Trump and son-in-law Jared Kushner, both of whom are observant Jews. There, the President and First Lady laid stones at each of the victims' memorials.
This land was made for you and me.
Less than 50 yards away from the president, about 1,000 protesters were chanting, many of them condemning him for divisive rhetoric.
President Trump, you are not welcome in Pittsburgh.
Some protesters didn't want the president coming here until he condemned white nationalism. Politicians, including the local mayor and the governor of Pennsylvania, did not greet the president. 4 funerals were held today. Dr. Jerry Rabinowitz, a 66-year-old family doctor known for his kindness and gentle touch, was the first to be laid to rest, with thousands of mourners turning out to pay their respects. Ben and Arlene Scheib were 2 of his patients and longtime friends.
There was stories being told, memories being shared by patients, friends. It was a very emotional time.
A second funeral was held for the beloved Rosenthal brothers, Cecil and David, who went through life together with the help of a local disability services organization. The line stretched for blocks as mourners hugged and cried. Even members of the Pittsburgh Steelers were in attendance.
A lot of people talk about how David was kind of a ladies' man who'd put on his glasses, and he was very clean and orderly. And Cecil was the kind of the life of the party.
71-year-old Daniel Stein was buried today in a private ceremony. We're told he was a pillar of his congregation and had just become a new grandfather. When the first family left the synagogue, they headed for the hospital. There, we're told the president met with a member of the SWAT team who was wounded and a second victim. There were about 200 onlookers there. Some of them were yelling at the president, "Go home." Jeff, here at the synagogue, the president was asked if he had anything to say. He said, quote, "Sad, sad, very sad. I hope we've learned a lot."
All right, David Begnaud in Pittsburgh for us. David, thank you.